going to talk about our friends at Manscaped because they always come through for us. And I will say this, man, for those that listen to us, when we said, man, you don't want your jack-o'-lanterns looking real scary. You want to make sure they're smooth with no hair on them. I'm sure that they had a great time last night on Halloween because they were aerodynamic. I know for me, I ain't have a lot of sweat going on. I was smooth and ready to go, baby, like a ninja supposed to be, because that's what I dressed up as, being my little man. All right. But with that being said, man, shout out to Manscaped and their awesome products. As we talk about always, the Lawnmower 4.0, but their performance package, more importantly, is what I want to talk about today because it's wintertime. It's wintertime. You need more than just the lawnmower, because the lawnmower is dope, but sometimes you gotta get the nostril hairs.
Right.
When the last time you shaved nostril hair? Well, the trimmers are actually in that 4.0 package. We talk about how when it gets a little warmer, you got to put more clothes on. Well, with more clothes, you might sweat a little more. Well, Deke, that's what the Crop Reviver is for. And don't forget the ball refresher too, because
right.
You got to have them refreshed and they got to be revived. And then that way they can go out there for the people and have a little fun with the people. So with that being said, make sure y'all check them out. But as we always do when we're talking about any group, we talk about promo codes. And the promo code is MOATS. You use that promo code, 20% off your purchase along with free shipping worldwide. Once again, Deke, free shipping worldwide. Does it get any better than that?
Hell of a deal.
Can't go wrong right there, ladies and gentlemen. So it's simple. Manscaped. All right. So Steelers, Browns. Steelers got the dub. Initial thoughts, wasn't pretty. At times ugly, but super impressive. Super impressive for a couple of reasons. When you talk about having a group that is young, right? Offensively and defensively, we got some young players out there. And this group has been through adversity, right? They've had some good games, had some bad games. They've had good performances and poor performances, all of them collectively, right? The O-line, we think about them, right? We talk about the wide receiver groups and stuff like that. Even Seven, right? He's another guy. He's had some adversity this season. But to see them gut out a win the way that they did in the midst of the adversity, right? No kicker the second half. That isolates what you can do offensively. It could potentially put your defense in a bind, but they didn't allow that to hold them back. We talk about this, and especially the Browns defense, right? We said at the time, man, on paper they look really good. But we think that, man, they haven't been tested to the full extent.
Yep.
It was good to see our O-line firing off the ball the way that they did, man. Hats on hats to ultimately have this running game be as successful as it was. I thought defensively we tackled a lot better. Mm-hmm. I thought up front, especially the D-line, great game by them as a whole in terms of just their attitude, how they were getting off the ball and winning the grass. And we talk about winning the grass, right? If the ball is snapped on the 30, man, are you creating contact and knocking your guy back to the 29, or is he creating contact and knocking you further back? You know what I mean? The other direction. And it was good to see consistently, not just with Cam. Talk about Isaiah Loudermilk. You talk about
Bugs.
Chase Wormley. You talk about Isaiah Bugs. All the guys that we were mentioning, right? The unsung heroes, the guys that they're not going to win any, glamour contest. They're not passing the eyeball test just yet, but they're consistent, good players. When you put them all together, the way that they were playing, man, you could see some of that success being out there. And to me, all of those things stood out. And then you also had the A players playing like A players. Who are the A players we talk about? TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Seven. More importantly, Najee and Pat, though, as well. You talk about how they perform. And then on the outside, Deontay and Chase, like,
I love how Claypool played.
Dudes, man, all of those guys, even if they didn't have the most robust statistical day, you look at each of those players and they all made critical plays. They all made gotta have it plays. Mm-hmm. And they all made plays that, I mean, frankly, how many of those third or fourth down runs by Najee, we're like, bro, there's no way he should have got this right here. He's hit in the backfield. He's hit 2 yards short of it, and he found a way to get in there. We talk about the Pat catch. Man, that's on fourth down. Gotta have it. And the ball is tipped. It's not even like it was just a clear old back shoulder, easy money. Like, nah, he had to do some extras on that and get the feet in bounds. I love seeing that right there, man. So for me, I was very, very impressed with that win, man. Very impressed. And it was on the road. Hostile environment, division opponent, who is at the same time, Cleveland's a good team. And they were fighting because they got to win. They, for me, I think they got more pressure than we do right now because they got all those offseason hype where everybody's still a little low on us. But to me as a whole, man, I just thought that across the board, I just love that performance, man.
I did too, because people could probably come in and knock it because we didn't blow them out or anything and how it was a little slow in the first half.
Who were the underdogs, the betting underdogs going into the game? Think
Yeah,
about
we
that.
were. It was
we were the
plus
underdogs.
3.5. I think it got to plus 4 at one point.
Absolutely. We were the underdogs going into this game.
I actually forgot to bet this one. I tried the Pittsburgh parlay on
Yeah.
Saturday. Pitt let me down. Penguins let me down.
It was a rough one.
So I just did Steelers money line straight up on Sunday, but I forgot to do it until I got to my buddy's house. I actually got the money line a little better. I got it up to like plus 194 after the Cleveland's first drive.
I like it, man.
So I got that. I got my money back. But no, you're right. We were technically the underdogs, but I could see a lot of people within Steeler Nation, Steeler media still somehow finding a way to rip on this game.
Yeah.
I liked how we moved the ball. It was a lot of the penalties I thought that was stagnating some of the offense. The offensive line has steadily improved, and then to see what they did against this Browns team, not saying their defensive line was that tough of a matchup, but it was cool seeing our O-line, our running game up against their O-line and running game, and we outperformed. They had their moments, but throughout the whole game, I thought we established the run better. Najee Harris had a better game than Nick Chubb. He had more impact. So that was cool. I loved how Chase Claypool played.
Yeah.
Love how he played because he had the one catch, bend through. I think he did a little play action, then just threw that one up the sideline, 15 yards. Highly contested catch. It's the one that I've been complaining about that Claypool hasn't come down with. Yeah. And he did on that one. And then did he have a slant that he just kept running for like 5 yards, everyone around him trying to tackle him. And then, Deontay.
Because that was on the point where Patton's up scoring. Yeah, that was on.
Was that it?
That was that time, that drive,
Bro, that was weird. I was getting a little concerned there because we tried running it at the beginning. Then we do the 2 shotgun passes, I think. I would have liked for us to run it on either the second or third down. Not do passes back to back, but then we get it on the 4th down. It didn't end up mattering. But then obviously, Deontay Johnson, Pat Freiermuth, Ben played a good game too. Najee Harris is stud. Like how the offensive lines do. We need to clean up these penalties. Although I think these refs were kind of garbage. Yeah,
for me, man, when I think of the running, I do like the fact that I feel like we stayed committed to that. Whereas at Cleveland, I'm not gonna lie, as much as we highlighted their identity going into this game, I do think they got away from it where they were trying to almost highlight Baker.
I will say, I don't think he played bad. The receivers let him down.
They definitely did, but I was interested to hear how you was going to respond to that a little bit too, man, because I have seen where people put that on Baker.
No, I thought he played pretty decent, actually.
I thought he made the throws that he needed to make. I thought he had a couple misses. I thought the OBJ throw and this was after the 2 Jarvis situations where, remember, Jarvis fumbled on the drive before at the end, and then he dropped one the following drive after that. I thought he missed OBJ on that one. But as a whole, I thought Baker did more than enough in terms of when they asked him to throw. I just thought his receivers didn't help him out. And like you said, the Jarvis fumble. But it just looked like to me, though, at times in that second quarter and in the third, I felt like they were almost playing like they were trailing by like 2 scores, trying to throw it a little bit more. Whereas, I mean, how many times do we see when Nick Chubb run the ball? I mean, they were getting 4 yards a pop, but it was like
not only just really running it, some of those screens too, they gashed us on.
Yeah, I just thought that they kind of got away from their identity. Whereas I thought for us, we were really clear and distinct in how we were going to attack them. We were going to play through Najee, and then from there, we were going to make the throws when we needed to make them. And I thought it was the perfect recipe right there. Once again, we talk about Ben, right? Keeping those attempts down. He was at 34 attempts. He looked clean, no picks. Now he's still gonna have that 1 or 2. We said every game he gonna have one where you like, bro, damn, you tripping, but it's working.
But here's the thing. And I said this in the past. Yeah, we're watching every one of his snaps, every one of his throws. If you look across the league, quarterbacks are gonna have a completion percentage of 60%. 20 for 30, 25 for 34. So they're going to miss passes. But also, if you look at some of these stat lines, people are throwing picks. Brady just tossed one at the end of the Saints game. So, I mean, that shit happens.
Yeah. We're not seeking comfort, though. That's
No, I'm not. It wasn't a good throw. I'm just saying.
You bringing up all these other guys. We just talk about that, though, man. You good, bro? I know you ready to fight. I know you ready to fight,
No, but you know how people are, bro. Like, they want to say, oh, that's why Ben had a bad game or something. No, I thought he had a good game.
We not there. I'm with you, man. We good.
Okay, I just want to make that clear.
My man bringing up Brady. This guy Brady had 4 touchdown passes, 300 passing yards, bro. We can't go there. Though. I'm with it, but we can't go there. They still sitting at 7-2 right now, and they just won the Super Bowl last year. No, because that was their second loss.
Is it 5-2?
5-2 then. Okay, it's 5-2. It's either 5-2 or 6-2.
We're on that game away.
This is their second loss. That's all I'm saying, bro. So I get what you're trying to do, but man,
we're flying under the radar.
Just relax, man.
But yeah, where were we at? I'm sorry, I sidetracked that maybe a little bit.
But no,
Ben playing Ben playing a clean game.
Man, the thing that I like in terms of him playing clean, like I said, as long as he's not turning that ball over, he's gonna be fine. We're not expecting him to be perfect, and he will have misses, but just keep it clean. Got to keep it clean. Now, if you want to make the argument of has he been more lucky with some of his clean games, you can make that case in terms of the ball hitting guys in the face, but at the end of the day, they didn't catch it. So you can't react to what did not happen, and that's kind of how I view it. Until those guys start catching them, we all right. If they start catching them, that's different. Now you have a different conversation, but right now he's been doing enough. So that's another reason why I like what I saw from him. But then that O-line, bro.
Yeah.
That O-line. Was it perfect? Not at all. But the thing that I love is just their mentality right now. They don't care about bad plays anymore. I felt like early on a bad play would linger. A bad play. I mean, we talked about how we had to highlight the Raiders game, right? Ben getting smashed and these guys not even acting like they care enough to even pick him up. I will say now they do look like they got that fight in them. Like they're not just taking it. Even when Dan Moore was getting beat, he still was like, yo, I'm not giving up. I'm still going to fight at you. I'm going to crawl. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get at you. And even Chooks had his moments where they weren't so good. But at the same time, I can highlight plays of Chooks in the run game where he's downfield, key blocks, moving people. To me, that is growth because we wouldn't get necessarily the rebound of the good plays. It's usually bad. And then we're just like, oh, it's real bad. Whereas now you're not seeing them as frequently. And I did like that a lot as well, because that is once again showing their growth, showing their improvement. And they still got hope on the way. We know these things. But as a whole, I did like that from them too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The one, I can't remember if it was offset. It probably would have been a holding call because I think we were at 1st and 20.
Yeah.
And then we come back. I think it was the next play. Zach Gentry's wide open down the field. I think we got a little bit of a pocket. It goes to your point right there. I did love this game. I really did, especially, too, considering that we didn't have a kicker. I thought the game should have been like 2010 with those last couple minutes, a 2-score game where Cleveland's comeback effort would have just been looked at more like garbage time points.
Yeah.
I really liked what I saw there.
No, it was good, man. It was definitely good by those guys.